last night?
What do you mean?
I thought you were snowed under with work. I gave you a ring and the babysitter answered.
Oh, well, I got caught with a boring planning meeting about the school trip.
Well, I hope they're not starting to take advantage. Doesn't seem right the hours they're working you.
Well, maybe I'll put in for a pay rise.
Good morning, Eric.
Is it?
You know, you might tell me to mind my own business, but it's not going to do you any good locking yourself up in there.
Beats listening to all your, I told you so's.
No one's gonna say that.
As someone whose love life makes Custer's last stand look like a triumph, you're hardly in a position to offer me advice. Nevertheless, sir, I thank you.
I just wish someone would tell me the truth.
I have. Your father and I are separating. He'll be living in Germany, and I don't know where I'll be yet, but I hope you'll be coming with me.
That's not good enough. After 20 years, there's got to be a reason.
I believe irreconcilable differences is the phrase.
I heard you crying all last night.
Emma, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Now eat up your breakfast.
You know, don't you?
Just leave it, Em.
Why? I'm not a child. I've got as much right to know as you.
They didn't tell me. I just found out.
So why haven't you told me?
Because the important thing is to decide what you want to do. I'm not letting them screw my life up. I'm not going to go to Germany with Dad. I'm certainly not going anywhere with Mum. I want to stick around in Emmerdale, finish my A-levels.
How? Where will you live?
I'm going to ask Biff and Marlon if I can move in with them. I should be able to find enough part-time jobs to pay my way.
It's all right for you. They'll never let me do anything like that.
No, I guess not. You just have to make the choice between them.
But how? When no one will tell me what's going on.
Thanks. And I need you to countersign this with Chris and Kim awaiting these two directors' signatures.
It's Kelly Windsor, and there's no amount.
I'll fill it in later.
What's going on?
Hopefully nothing, if she's sensible.
I don't like the sound of this.
It could be awkward if she decides to make trouble over the accident, if she suggests somebody else was involved.
Meaning Kim?
Naturally, Home Farm Estates will accept no liability, but it may help if a small payment was made to ease her distress.
I don't know. You live with yourself sometimes.
Your dad would have done the same. Just sign it, Zoe. And what do you think you're doing?
Cleaning. It's my job.
You were spying on us.
How dare you? I've never been so insulted.
Oh, come on, Betty. Everyone knows you're the eyes and ears of the village.
My conscience is clear, which is more than I can say for some folk round here. And you can do your own cleaning in future, and that goes for a pair of you.
Look, Betty, I'm sorry if Steve's upset you. I'm sure we can all sort this out.
Ah, well, I'm not so sure. There's been some funny things going on here lately.
Meaning?
Well, Becky Ken was a happily married woman until she came to work for you. And now her husband's running off to Germany. She's chucked her job in, and there's 2 more children with a broken home. I wonder if you could tell me the cause of that.
I think people's private lives are their own business.
Very noble. Well, perhaps you might like to reflect on that while you're scrubbing this place out, 'cause I won't be doing it again.
What was that all about?
You can mind your own business as well.
Whoa, what is that smell?
Found them under Althwaite's bed. Must have been wearing them since he got here.
Well, if past washing, you might as well chuck them on the fire.
They were my socks, Marlon. He nicked them out of my top drawer.
Well, look on the bright side, it could be worse. Might have borrowed your pants.
No need to. He's got yours.
You what? He's got to go.
Agreed, and soon.
Morning, lads.
We want a word with you.
Later, I'm busy.
Oh, no, now. When we agreed for you to stay here, we're on a temporary basis till you found somewhere else.
Well, I didn't see any point in looking. I mean, we're all getting on so well.
That's not how we see it. I'm sorry. It's never easy living together, especially when people have got very nasty habits.
There's no need to apologise, lad. You are a bit noisy, but I just put it down to your age.
No, it's your habits that we're talking about.
Sure, there's not we can't sort out, but I can't stop now. I've got to be getting to work.
Right, that's it. No me, Mr. Nice Guy.
Will, what's happened? Are you saying she's been having an affair?
Yeah. So now you know there's nothing we can do about it, will you just drop the subject?
Suppose you expect me to side with you and Dad.
I told you I'm not taking sides, I'm staying here.
But you're still saying she's to blame.
Yeah, well, she is the one who had the affair.
And maybe he's the one who drove her to it. We both know what he can be like.
You don't understand.
Yes, I do. It hurt his pride that she had to turn to someone else for love and kindness. Maybe if he'd treated her better, she wouldn't have needed another man.
It wasn't another man.
You said she was having an affair.
Yeah, she was. With Zoe Tate.
We never used to do it like that on my farm. I'm a bit of a dab hand at ditching, you know.
Well, perhaps you'd like to demonstrate, so give me a break.
Thought you might be ready for a break.
Ah, it's heavy work, is this?
It must be tiring, dispensing all that good advice, eh?
I don't know how you manage without me. Mind you, I'm enjoying it. Gives me a break from them two lads. They don't seem to appreciate me sometimes.
Can't imagine why.
They can be a bit hard-hearted, you know.
Well, Biff's a very nice bloke.
Oh, maybe it's because the place is a bit cramped. I mean, it's not like up here. I mean, you've plenty of room in that farmhouse. It'd be handy for you, you know, to take a farmhand living in.
No need. Ned's got his own place.
Oh, I won't talk about Ned. I meant me.
I'm afraid that's completely out of the question. And any spare room we've got is for the kids to play in.
Oh, I'm very good with kids.
I'm sorry, the answer's still no.
Oh, I understand, missus. No one wants you when you're old. It's the way of the world.
All right. Bye! My mum's coming to visit.
That'll be nice.
Zoe, we are talking about a disaster on a massive scale.
Well, don't you like your mum?
Yeah, I love her. She just can't stop criticising me. Nothing I can ever do can ever be as good as my brother Colin. He's a hospital consultant who lives in a nice detached house with a nice fiancée who can speak 4 different languages and who likes to save endangered species in her spare time. Well, I can't compete with that, can I?
Well, you don't have to. I'm sure she loves you as you are.
Zoe, you do not know my mum. Well, she's not going to like Mandy, is she? What about when she sees where I'm living?
I think you're overreacting.
Zoe, I am doomed.
If you could concentrate your mind on our problems, I was hoping you might sort through some of the applications for the receptionist job.
Can't think about that now.
Well, you'll have to, because ever since Betty walked out, we're more short-staffed than ever.
Look, this could get worse. If I can't think of another way of deflecting my mum, I might have to emigrate. See you later. Thanks, Sue. See.
I don't want to go to Germany. I just started making new friends here. And who'd look after Delilah if I was gone?
I'd say that was the least of your worries.
Don't see why my life has to be ruined just because Mum and Dad are splitting up. It's not fair.
Yeah, well, life isn't fair. You should have realised that by now.
Zoe's place is big enough. Maybe Mum and I could move in there.
You wouldn't. Not after what they've done.
Don't know why you're so shocked.
It's disgusting, Emma. I made sure Zoe knows exactly how I feel.
But if she really cares about Mum...
Yeah, well, she doesn't. She dropped her as soon as Dad found out. And that shows she must have been ashamed of herself.
Doesn't sound like Zoe. I saw a lot of her when I used to go to the surgery. She was always really kind to me.
I can't understand why you're trying to defend her. It's her fault we're in this mess.
Is it? Maybe I'd like to hear her side of things before I make any judgments.
Stay out of it, Em. You'll only make things worse.
Could you imagine doing that? We were listening to that.
It's too loud. You are driving the customers away.
You see? She's always picking on me.
And if I didn't, you wouldn't even get out of bed in the mornings.
Well, I'm off sick, all right?
No! I'm the one that's sick. Sick of you. You promised to restock the shelves this morning.
Well, later. I've got a visitor now. Maybe I should go.
No, Lynn, I'm not having a go at you. I only wish that Kelly had stayed on at school like you have.
Here we go again.
And I will keep on going until you listen. You need exams to get anywhere these days. The only thing you're qualified for is getting into trouble.
Something to see you, Kelly. I brought you wages.
Oh, cheers.
I've also got some forms for you to sign.
What forms?
Well, you know, as with the nanny state, forms for everything these days.
So right, should try working in a post office, mate.
Well, don't let me keep you from it.
Right, I better be getting back.
Maybe you could get them shelf stock for me.
No, you're not skiving out of it again.
It's all right, I don't mind. As long as you show me what to do.
Thanks, Lynn.
So, how are you, Kelly?
As well as can be expected, considering your fiancé pushed me down the stairs.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
Here, you was always very matey with Tony Cairns, you know, ex-servicemen and all that.
Yes, indeed. Good man.
Well, did he ever tell you why he left in such a hurry?
There's been quite enough unsavoury gossip in this village about that subject. I haven't got time for that sort of thing.
Oh, of course, you're busy looking for another cleaner, I suppose. You obviously haven't found one yet.
Terry and I can manage. We are quite capable of handling a mop and a bucket. Thank you.
He'll be crawling on his knees to me by the end of the week.
I'm Stephen Hall and Zoe. Of course, you will be going back to work once they've learnt the lesson, won't you?
Hell'll freeze over first. I've spent far too many years with my brush-up folks, Eubens. It's time for a change.
We'll lose a lot of money.
There's more to life than that, Seth. I've been thinking of enrolling us for some classes. They've got old-time dancing, crown green, bowling, kukri. Oh, we're going to have some great fun, us.
Hiya, Betty. I need a favour.
Oh, well, if you're thinking of asking me to come back to surgery, don't waste your breath.
No, it's me mum. What it is she's going to be visiting Emmerdale for a few days, and I need to keep her as far away from the Dingles as is possible, so I was wondering, well, I was hoping that you might be able to do bed and breakfast for her.
Oh, it'll be my pleasure, Paddy. Do you know, I've been thinking of boosting the guest house business now I've got more time on my hands. Just need Seth to do a bit more redecoration.
Everyone knows you've got a vivid imagination, Kelly. You're always telling stories. The truth is you had an unfortunate accident. There was no one anywhere near you at the time.
If that's the truth, what are you doing here?
Well, we're all concerned about the distress you've been through. The board thought it might be in order to make you a payment. Naturally, this doesn't imply any liability to Home Farm Estates.
How much?
Shall we say 500?
You're joking. Kim spends that on makeup.
Don't push your luck, Kelly. It's more than you deserve.
Well, supposing I take you to court then?
You're out of your depth, Kelly. You're just an oversexed little village girl who got lucky.
Lucky? I lost my baby.
That's nothing compared to what'll happen if you mess with me and Kim. So take the money. It's all you're gonna get. We'll call it 1,000, just to show there are no hard feelings. And I need you to sign this.
What is it?
Accident form. The incident took place on Home Farm property. I'll fill in the details later.
I bet you will. I'd rather my family didn't know about this.
Oh, don't tell me you're suddenly developing a conscience.
I'm saving up. The sooner I get out of Emmerdale, the better.
Good idea. Don't bother rushing back to work. You get paid all the same. And nobody's missing you.
You all right, Cal? Not really. Why don't we go out tonight? Cheer me up a bit.
Oh, I'd love to, but I can't afford it.
No problems. Got enough for both of us.
I'm off to the cash and carry and I want you to work the counter. I won't take no for an answer.
All right, all right.
You think you can get away with anything? Well, I'm on to all your little games.
Well, what can we do for you? I guess you heard about my dad going to Germany.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it in the village.
Well, let's hope they find something else to talk about soon. I'm planning on staying in the village.
Oh, good lad. Got a coffee?
Yeah.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I've been on my feet all morning. I'm going to be a good soak.
That says washing up, Bull.
I took the plates out first.
You are a disgusting, dirty, filthy old man.
Have a heart, Biff. I've just come out of the hospital.
Aye, and you might be going back if you don't get out of here by tomorrow.
All right, all right. I know when I'm not wanted.
I mean it. 24 hours.
What's all the noise about?
Well, I was just explaining to Mr. Outhwaite that he'd overstayed his welcome.
Can always rely on you to be tactful. What are you doing here, Will?
Well, I'd come round to ask if I could move in with you guys. Looks like I've picked a bad moment.
On the contrary. Well, I'm sure we've got to clear it with Jack first, but I would say there's a space coming up pretty soon.
Hey, you've taken on a big job there. I hope Jack's paying you well.
Enough. Just wish I had somewhere decent to work on it.
Well, yard's always been good enough for the rest of them.
Now, will you just tinker with motors? I want to start making a living out of it.
You could run your next extension lead out here.
What more could a girl ask for? Want to lend us a hand, Sam? If you like. Do you good to keep busy? You've been dead miserable lately. Is it because Kathy's not giving you lessons anymore? I'm not stupid. I know she'd never go for someone like me, but it don't mean it don't hurt. I know, love, and you'll get over it. One day the right girl will come along and everything will be great. Who'd want me?
There you go. Stay to the art workshop now.
Ta, love. We've got to do something about Sam.
What's he been up to?
He's been pining over Kathy for days. Have you not noticed? There must be something we can do to cheer him up.
Sam?
What?
No one wants to see that miserable mug of yours. Now snap out of it.
I don't know why you're taking all this trouble with Eric Pollard, because he wouldn't give you the dirt from under his fingernails.
I know, Betty, but I still can't help feeling sorry for him. And if someone doesn't make the effort, he's going to stay locked away up there forever.
Good thing and all, if you ask me. I hope you appreciate all that Kathy's doing for you.
Indeed I do, Betty. The milk of human kindness is rare enough these days. We should all learn to cherish it.
Well, if you'd have learnt your lesson sooner, you wouldn't be in this mess now.
Come on, Betty, let's leave Eric to his tea.
Gladly. And I'd just like to remind you of one thing. You've brought all this on yourself. It isn't our fault that your child bride has at last seen the light and dumped you.
I'm sorry, Kathy. It's really very kind of you, but I'm not really hungry anymore.
Thank you, Betty.
Well...
Oh, I think it's brilliant. It's like a milestone in our relationship, isn't it?
I never thought about it like that.
Oh, I'm so chuffed. At last I want to meet you, Mum. I mean, after all, you've known my family for ages and that.
Yeah, I needed to talk to you about that.
Have you told her much about me?
A little bit, but... Well, I thought it was best for her just to meet you because your personality speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Oh, thanks. Anyway, no good gossiping. We've got to get things done.
What do you mean?
I've got to muck out the back room for her. We'll put her in there. It's got the best view.
Oh, no, I really can't expect your family to put my mother up. It's far too much trouble, and I think it's best if I just booked her in somewhere.
Don't be daft. She's got to stay with us. She's practically family now. I better get things sorted.
What are you doing here?
I needed to talk to you.
Well, some other time, eh? My cleaner's left, so I've got a lot on right now.
I could help.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
You never used to mind me helping around the surgery.
Does your mother know you're here?
No.
Well, then I think you should go home and talk to her about it.
No one talks in our house. They just shout. My mum and dad are splitting up.
Yes, I know. I'm very sorry about it.
Are you? I guess you knew long before me.
Is that what your mother said?
I only know what Will's told me.
Well, then you probably think that I'm the villain.
I'm giving you a chance to put your side in.
No, thanks.
My whole life is being turned upside down. Being asked to choose between my parents. And no one will talk to me about it.
I saw you nicking that makeup from the display.
Yeah, well, before you get Scotland Yard on the job, you'll see I've left the money on the side.
Oh, well, that must be a first.
First time for everything. Like, one day I might actually be able to go out with my mates without you embarrassing me. Come on, Lynn.
I'll see you later.
Can I come?
Definitely not. I don't want you picking up ideas from her.
Sorry, kid. The dragon says no. It's not fair. Kelly gets all the fun.
Yeah, and look where it's got her. You could learn a few lessons from that young lady.
Till's 30 quid short.
The thieving Well, she's just gone too far this time.
Hang on, Viv. We don't know it was Kelly. Can't go around accusing her of everything.
Well, it all adds up. I heard them talking earlier on. Lynn said she was too skint to go out, and Kelly said she got enough for the both of them. Well, now we know where she's got it.
I want the place scrubbing from top to bottom. I want you all in your best clothes and on your best behaviour.
Look, now steady on, man. She's not royalty.
Well, in my book, she's more important. I don't want any of you letting me down, right?
It's only orange juice.
I don't care about that. It's Emma I'm worried about. She hasn't come home. I've rung round all her mates and no one's seen her.
Well, she'll be back.
Well, I'm not so sure. She's been really upset by all of this. And what if she's run away?
Well, there is one place she might be.
Bus never turned up, so I came early.
Oh, well, that's handy, actually, because we wanted to have a word. Till was 30 quid short tonight.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, probably nothing, but, you know, I thought you might have borrowed some money and forgot to put it back, like.
You mean you think I nicked it?
Won't be the first time.
I never touched a penny.
Liar.
Look, Viv, if she says she never took it, then we've got to believe her.
She doesn't know what the truth is. Leave it to me, Vic. We all know what a mess she's got into from you being so soft. If you really cared about her, you'd let me handle this.
OK.
Just leave the two of us alone, and I promise you I'll get the truth out of her.
I didn't take that money.
Like you didn't go off with Tom. Or make a fool of yourself over Biff, or sleep with Chris Tate. The party is over, Kelly. You have been running wild for far too long, and I'm going to get you on the straight and narrow whether you like it or not.
Emma, I really like your mum.
So why have you turned your back on her?
Because it's better for both of us.
If you really loved her, you'd stand by her.
I never did. Your mum was going through a bit of a bad time, and I was just there to listen to her and to give her some comfort.
It's not how Will sees it.
Whether you believe it or not, the truth is your mother was looking for love, and she came to the wrong person.
Thanks for talking to me, Zoe. Maybe if I explain things to Will, he'll stop blaming you for everything.
Haven't you done enough damage without starting on my daughter?
I wanted to come here. I needed to know the truth.
Well, you won't get that from her.
You've wrecked my marriage, my whole life.
No, you and your husband did that. It's just easier to blame me. Come on. Taking you both home.
Zoe?
Yeah, you better go. There's nothing more to say.
And from now on, you just stay away from me and my children.
You've come to the end of the line, Kelly. You're going back to college in September, and you're going to knuckle down and get your exams just like any other normal 17-year-old.
You can't make me.
I'll go to the police and the social services. I'll tell them you're beyond control if I have to.
Well, Dad wouldn't let you.
He's leaving it to me. Remember?
You want to bet? Ah! Dad!
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, don't let her hit me again, Dad.
I never touched her.
How'd she get like that?
I told her I didn't take your money, but she said she'd keep hitting me until I admitted it.
Oh, look, Vic, this
Just stay away from her. You've done enough. It's all right, love. I won't let her touch you again.